Hey guys, so I was trying to film a different video, but then while I was trying to clear out this room to film, I had to face off with two different spiders. And the reason I say two different spiders instead of two spiders is because they were different, like, species, I think, or different types. What's kind of funny is, while I was trying to start filming this video, I noticed that there's another spider in the corner over there, so I don't know if my room is just, like, a breeding ground for spiders or what, but, that's kind of concerning, I think. Especially because this buddy over here is also a different kind. But then I realized that this was probably a good opportunity to start a new series on this channel that I've been thinking about starting for a while, called Eff Minus Versus, where it's like I take a topic of something and I just ramble about my thoughts about it. And I thought for the first episode, we should make it about spiders. So everything I'm gonna be saying in this video is like off the cuff. I didn't like take any notes or anything, so bear with me. Now, my original stance on spiders was, if there's one in a room, I didn't want to be in it. If I was in a room, trying to sleep in a room, and there's a spider in it, I'd move out and go sleep elsewhere. So I used to hate spiders. Now, I'm not saying that I like spiders, but I kind of appreciate spiders now. I know the whole thing is, well, spiders eat smaller insects, so you should always keep them around and not kill them. But no, not even like for that reason. Like, I kind of like actually empathize with spiders. Now, there was this one moment where there was a spider on the ceiling and I had to like aim the vacuum to like suck it up, right? But then it kept like running away because obviously it doesn't want to get sucked up into the vacuum. And I thought, okay, if I saw a creature that's like 1,000 million times larger than I, right? And it has one eye, half the limbs that I have, and it's moving in dimensions that I can't comprehend, and it like unleashes this like black hole thing trying to like suck me in. Yeah, I'd probably like run away from it too. So I realized that I'm not too different from a spider. I mean, obviously, I've never been in that situation, but my reaction would have been the exact same as that spider. Then again, it was the spider's decision to enter my room. I don't go out there looking for like giant ancient gods beyond our comprehension trying to like provoke it, right? So based on that, I guess I don't really have too much sympathy for the spider, only empathy. However, then I actually kind of felt bad about myself because that spider probably has a family. And you know what, the reason spiders enter people's houses is because they want a warm place to sleep and like move into so that they don't have to be in the rain, just like us humans. So I was thinking that spider was probably like a father in a family trying to find a place, and then out of nowhere, the next thing he knows, he's gone. So back home, the children's spiders are probably asking the mother, "Oh, when's daddy coming home?" And the mother's like concerned, right? Because she doesn't actually know that her husband's, you know, been killed. So she's like trying to tuck these kids in, and she's all, "Oh, don't worry, I'm sure he'll be back in the morning. No, he will be back in the morning. Trust me." And she's like, inside, she wants to believe that. She actually wants to believe that he's coming back. He's just late for some reason. But deep inside, she knows that he's probably, you know, not alive anymore. And I felt kind of bad about that, and that's why people, you know, say, well, when you see an insect, make sure to put a cup and, like, slide a paper in it and, like, release it outside. But it's like, okay, sure, let's say I do release it outside. What if it comes back in? The thing with vacuuming spiders is, like, I vacuum a spider, right? Let's say it somehow survives inside the vacuum, and it finds its way out. Yeah, at that point, I'll just let it live, because I think they've earned it at that point. That would be like if you were a penguin at a zoo, and, like, using, like, a plastic spoon, you dug your way out of, like, your exhibit, and out the zoo. You've earned your freedom at that point. Be free. Anyways, I said this whole thought process to somebody, and they responded with, you know, the mother spider eats the dad after breeding, right? And I was like, that too. So I guess that kind of means I have nothing to feel bad about. It's just that, I don't know, like when I see a spider up in the corner over there, it's like, it's funny because it's staying still, and I wonder why it's staying still. Is it sleeping? If so, that's doing a better job at living a life than I am, because the only reason I'm recording this right now is because it's 3 a.m. and I can't sleep. So that spider actually has better discipline than me, which I think says a lot. But anyways, the elephant in the room. The reason I'm not showing that spider, nor I'm not going to show any pictures of real life spiders in this video either, because, you know, just in case some of you have arachnophobia. And I think it's kind of like bullying if I like jump scared you guys with a picture of a spider, and I'm not going to do that. Or am I? Ooh. But anyways, on the topic of arachnophobia, yeah, I used to have like pretty bad arachnophobia, but I remember being at my friend's house, right, when I was like little, and we were playing in his basement, right, with like toys and stuff. He sees this tiny spider, like it's like a speck. It's like a speck, right? It's like a speck just hanging. He gets really scared and he calls for his mom, and I was like, even I back then as a kid who actually was scared of spiders, I was just thinking in my head, good luck, man. If that's scary, if you have to call your mom for that, then like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. But I will say, to play devil's advocate, the term phobia means irrational fear, I think. Let me fact check myself while editing. Either I was right or I was wrong. I don't know, but I'll keep going with my point. Yeah, I don't think fear of spiders should be called arachnophobia because, there's plenty of spider species that, are poisonous and they just look creepy. So I don't know how that's like a phobia. I think that's just like a natural reaction. It's kind of like trypophobia, which I will be showing images of in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, this thing. How is this a phobia? Like, if you look at this, of course you're going to think, it's disgusting. That's not a phobia. But I guess that is more of a categorical issue than it is like anything else. And I think if these kinds of images universally kind of give us like an ick, I don't see why the same shouldn't apply to spider eyes where there's like 8 of them. I mean, the thing with eyes is like, I don't know if they actually have 8 eyes in specific or if I'm just categorizing that weird because they have 8 legs. But I find it rather particularly curious how when we look at cartoon depictions of spiders, they always have like 2 eyes and not 8. Maybe that says something about the human condition and how it's easier to humanize things when they have 2 eyes instead of like however many spiders actually have. I mean, even when I draw spiders, I don't draw them like with traditional spider eyes. I draw them with human eyes, which I think might actually be a little bit creepier than just drawing. Actually, I don't know. Also, I keep looking at the spider in the corner because I don't want it to like start moving and like have it disappear. That'd be actually kind of scary. I guess that's another thing. It's not like the spider that's scary. It's like if you see a spider and you look away and it disappears because now you don't know where it's gonna pop up. What if it's like crawling on your leg, right? But anyways, I guess to loop back a little to the whole sympathy, empathy thing on spiders, I guess I kind of relate to spiders in the fact that that spider over there is not harming me right now. It's not harming me. It's not like doing anything to hurt me. But it is a minor inconvenience because now I have to like get rid of it because I don't want it to lay 1,000 eggs and like have my room become spider heaven. And it's kind of funny because I think I'm probably a minor inconvenience to a lot of people. There's like how spiders are a minor inconvenience to a lot of people. But the appearance of a spider aside, let's think about audio. And I'm not talking about like sound spiders make because I'm not sure they do. I'm talking about a few songs I listen to that have the word spider in their lyrics. Notably, this song called Spider Song by Say Anything, where the lyrics are, I'm growing legs, I'm the spider, I'm the spider. And I was thinking like, what does that actually mean? But then I remembered this other song that I really like called Notice Me by Balance and Composure, where the second verse goes, I'm the spider in your room. I got 8 eyes, they're all on you. So stop pretending. You don't mean the things you say. Understand that I see everything. And if you put it that way, that's kind of relatable. As in, if you're personifying a spider that way, which is like, it's a minor inconvenience, it pries into things, it's just an unpleasant thing to think about, then yeah, I think I'm a metaphorical spider. Okay, so for example, let's say that there's a girl that I like. Actually, let's not make this about me, let's make this about you. So let's say that there's a girl you like, or a guy, whatever, that doesn't really matter. So let's say that there's this person you like, right? And you want to get to know this person. However, you're a little shy in initiating conversation, and this person is, I don't know, either withdrawn or shy themselves and don't really open up to you as quickly as you'd like. What are you gonna do because you're infatuated with this person? You're gonna find information about this person through alternative means. Whether it be through stalking her social media, talking to her friends, following her around with a pair of binoculars. You know what I mean. So let's just say that there's a girl that you theoretically like. You probably have information about this person that you're not officially supposed to know, right? For example, there's been times where I asked somebody for their social media when I actually already knew it, and I was pretending like I didn't, and I stalked everything already. And then by the time they give it to me, I actually look back on it, and there's things that are missing, and I'm like, See, I'm a spider in that context. I know everything. I see everything. I'm the spider on her wall. But then again, that's not that weird, right? Everybody does it. We all do it, right? Then again, in that context, maybe social media is actually a tool because, social media was designed to make things convenient for us, right? I mean, if not, why the heck would social media have been created and why is it still going if it wasn't there to ultimately serve us, right? Surely it's not to sell our data to third-party apps and milk us for all we've got. If the official reason is, well, social media is there to serve you as a person, then yeah, I'm gonna use it to my advantage. For example, it's kind of funny when you go into a particular person's following list and you like look at official accounts they follow and look at their interests and then you like pretend to be into that thing. Or you have a casual conversation with one of their friends and then like you try to coax some information out. But you gotta be sneaky with it, like a spider. So maybe I actually am a spider. I'm not a stalker. It's just that if I don't do these things, am I really interested in this person? Probably not. But other than that, I don't really have too many more thoughts about spiders. I guess my closing thoughts would be, perhaps if I'm scared of spiders or you're scared of spiders or whatever, yeah, you can find reason to relate to it and actually, feel like you are a spider, then I think that kind of conquers that fear. And I think that kind of, I don't know. So when I see a spider in my room, I'm not going to think, oh, that thing's scary. Oh, I think I'm going to think, hey, that's one of me. So I think that's kind of a life hack. I don't know if it really applies to other fears like heights. Like how the heck am I gonna be like, I'm scared of heights? Oh, I identify it with the height. Like I don't know if that's how it works. So I'm not sure about that. But I think with phobia, I think that could kind of work. Probably, at least with crippling arachnophobia. I mean, like if I'm out in the desert and I see like spiders, different like types of like colors and different spots and stripes and stuff, like I'm probably gonna be cautious because, you know, they might be poisonous, but you know what I mean, like house spiders like that. And when I say that, you don't know what I'm talking about because I haven't shown it, but rest assured there's a spider there. But other than that, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave another topic you'd like to see an Eff Minus versus thing on. This is like a new format that I'm trying for the channel, and pretty much the whole like intent of the channel is for it to be like a time capsule for a future me to know where my head was at this time of growing up, and also to interact with you guys. So if you have any like thoughts about spiders on your own, or any questions or whatever, leave them down in the comments and I will reply to them in a video. I have a lot of videos cooking for this channel and the main channel, so feel free to stick around, and other than that, thanks for watching.